My husband loved my sister. My name is Sarah. I am 30 years old. I have been married to Tom for 5 years. We live in a small house in a quiet neighborhood. Our life seemed perfect. We laughed together, traveled, and shared our dreams. I thought our life together was exactly what I wanted. But that was before everything fell apart. I have a younger sister named Lily. She is 27, just a few years younger than me. Lily is beautiful, confident, and everyone loves her. People always notice her wherever she goes. She's the kind of person who lights up a room when she walks in. Growing up, I always admired her. I never felt jealous. She was my sister and I loved her. We were best friends, always close, always sharing everything. I met Tom at a friend's party when I was 25. He was calm, kind, and easy to talk to. He made me feel special. I had never met anyone like him before. We started dating and things went well. He was different from the other men I had dated. He was steady and thoughtful. We enjoyed spending time together, talking about everything and nothing at the same time. I felt safe with him. Thought he was the one. A year later we got married. We moved into our first home together, a small house on the edge of town. It was cozy and I loved it. We didn't have much money, but we had each other. We started building our life together, taking things one step at a time. Our life wasn't perfect, but we made it work. Things started to change when Lily visited us more often. She would come over to our house and stay for hours. First, I didn't mind. She was my sister and I loved spending time with her. But soon, I began to notice the way Tom would look at her. It wasn't the same way he looked at me. At first, it was just a small glance, a look that didn't mean much. But then it happened again. And again. It wasn't just a casual glance. It was the kind of look you give someone you are in love with. I tried to push the thought away. I didn't want to believe it. Tom loved me. He had to. But the more I saw it, the harder it became to ignore. I started noticing other things too. Tom and Lily would talk for hours when I was at work. They would sit together on the couch, laughing and sharing stories. I wasn't part of their conversations anymore. I felt like an outsider in my own home. One evening I came home early from work. I wanted to surprise Tom with a romantic dinner. I wanted to show him that I still cared. But when I walked into the living room I stopped. Froze. Tom and Lily were sitting together on the couch, laughing. It wasn't just a friendly laugh. It was different. It was intimate. I felt like someone had punched me in the stomach. They didn't see me standing there. I stood there for a long time watching them. My heart was breaking, but I couldn't move. How could they do this to me? How could Tom do this to me? And how could Lily? She was my sister. She was supposed to be my best friend, not the woman who was taking my husband's love away. I left the room without them noticing. I went to the kitchen and sat down. My mind was racing. I couldn't understand what was happening. How had things gotten so bad? I thought about everything we had built together. I thought about our marriage. I thought about all the dreams we shared. How could he betray me like this? The next few days were filled with silence. Tom didn't talk to me like he used to. He seemed distant, like he wasn't really there. I could see the guilt in his eyes, but he never said anything. It was as if he was waiting for me to say something first. But I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to face the truth. I thought about Lily. She was my sister. She was my best friend. I loved her. But now I felt like she was a stranger. How could she do this to me? How could she fall in love with my husband? I wanted to ask her, but I didn't know how. I didn't know if I could ever look at her the same way again. Then one day I found the letter. It was hidden in the drawer where Tom kept his wallet. I don't know why I looked there. Maybe I was hoping for some sign that everything would be okay. But when I opened the letter, I felt my heart stop. The letter was addressed to Lily. It was from Tom. I couldn't believe my eyes as I read it. Lily, I can't stop thinking about you. The way you smile, the way you laugh. You make me feel things I never thought I could feel. I know this is wrong, but I can't fight it anymore. I love you. Felt sick. My hands were shaking as I read the words over and over. How long had this been going on? Had Tom been lying to me all this time? Had he been pretending to love me while secretly loving my sister? I couldn't breathe. I couldn't think. I felt like the ground was falling out from under me. The man I had loved, the man I thought would be with me forever, had fallen in love with my sister. That night I couldn't sleep. I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling. I tried to make sense of everything, but nothing made sense. I couldn't understand why this had happened. I couldn't understand why Tom would do this to me. And I couldn't understand why Lily would hurt me like this. The next day I couldn't keep it inside anymore. I had to confront Tom. I had to ask him the question that had been burning inside me for days. I couldn't live like this. I needed to know the truth. We sat at the kitchen table. I looked at him, and for the first time in years, I didn't recognize the man I had married. The man I had trusted. The man I had loved. Tom, I said, my voice shaking. Do you love her? He didn't answer right away. He looked down, his hands trembling. He didn't want to say it, but he had to. Yes, he whispered. I love her, Sarah. I never meant for it to happen. But it did. I love Lily. I felt like I had been punched in the chest. The pain was so sharp, so intense I couldn't breathe. I stared at him, my mind racing. How could this be real? How could my husband fall in love with my sister? I didn't say anything. Couldn't. There were no words left. I just stood up and walked away. I went to the bedroom and locked the door. I needed to be alone. I needed to process what I had just heard. I needed to understand why this was happening. Days passed and Tom and I barely spoke. We both knew the truth now. I knew he loved Lily. And I knew that our marriage was over. But I couldn't let go. I couldn't face the reality that everything I had believed in was a lie. Called Lily. I needed to hear it from her. I needed to know what was going on. I needed to understand how this all happened. We met at a coffee shop. I felt sick to my stomach. I didn't know what to say. But I had to say something. Lily, I said, my voice breaking. Did you know? Did you know that Tom loves you? Tears filled her eyes. She looked down, unable to meet my gaze. Yes, she whispered. I never wanted this, Sarah. I never wanted to hurt you. But I love him. I always have. I felt like I was drowning. I wanted to scream, but I couldn't. I wanted to run away, but I couldn't. The woman I had loved and trusted, the woman I had shared my life with, had stolen my happiness. And I didn't know how to fix it. I don't know what to do, I said softly. I don't know how to fix this. Lily reached across the table, her hand shaking as she took mine. I'm sorry, Sarah. I never meant to hurt you. I don't want to lose you. But I knew that I had already lost her. And I had already lost Tom. I didn't know what to do. My heart was broken, and there was no way to fix it. In the end, I had to make a choice. I couldn't stay in a marriage built on lies. I couldn't stay with a man who didn't love me, and I couldn't stay with a sister who had taken my happiness away. I left Tom and I left Lily. I needed to find myself again. I'm learning to move on. It's not easy, but I know it's the right choice. I'm rebuilding my life, step by step. Painful, but I am stronger for it.